Hey, Cowboys Nation, strap in, because today we're diving deep into everything you need to know about the Dallas Cowboys as we approach waiver wire season and navigate the early roster moves. This is that crucial period where every decision can set the tone for the opening weeks of the season. And if you're paying close attention to the NFL landscape right now, you know how high stakes this can get. The waiver wire officially opens at noon on Wednesday, but don't expect all the results to show up immediately. It's a staggered process. The Tennessee Titans get first priority on claims, meaning they can cherry-pick before any other team even gets a shot. After the Titans make their selections, the remaining teams, including Dallas, have to wait and see what's left over. In practical terms, it can take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, or sometimes even longer before the full picture of where players land becomes clear. This waiting game is part of the strategy, and savvy teams use it to plan their next moves carefully. Historically, the Cowboys haven't been the most aggressive team when it comes to the waiver wire. They make the occasional claim, sure, but they tend to trust the core players already on their roster. That said, the reality of this current squad shows there are areas where attention is desperately needed. Some of the cuts made during preseason were smart and calculated, but others left noticeable gaps that could, and perhaps, should be addressed through strategic claims. The waiver wire order mirrors the NFL draft order, and with Dallas sitting at 12th, they have a legitimate opportunity to add players who could make an immediate impact. Any team that claims a player assumes the existing contract, and roster spots must usually be created by 4:0 p.m. Eastern. This requires careful planning to ensure moves are made efficiently without upsetting the balance of the current roster. One of the positions drawing the most attention is cornerback. If Trayvon Diggs isn't ready for Week 1, rookie Zion Childress could be asked to step into the slot, which underscores the need for depth at this critical position. The team has also been looking for quarterback depth and corner help, both of which are priorities. Defensive tackle is another area that's often overlooked, but absolutely crucial. The room feels thin, and honestly, it's concerning. Names like Pionn Winfrey highlight just how shallow the options have been, especially considering he came out of the USFL this past spring. The Cowboys may have to make tough decisions to bring in a stronger presence on the defensive line, even if that means moving on from current players. Running back is another position to monitor closely. Miles Sanders is dealing with an injury, and the team could either cut him or place him on injured reserve to free up a spot for a healthier, more reliable option. Moves like this represent smart roster management. They allow the team to address depth issues while still protecting long-term plans. Across the board, cornerback and defensive tackle stand out as the two positions where shoring up talent can make a meaningful difference. While the Cowboys traditionally lean on their existing players, the waiver wire offers opportunities to add complementary pieces who can contribute immediately. On the defensive tackle front, there are some intriguing names to watch. Zach Pickens from the Bears is a third-round pick who hasn't broken out yet, but his physical tools and familiarity with certain coaching philosophies make him an interesting candidate. Brick Martin from the Lions brings size and raw potential, standing 6'5" and weighing 330 pounds, though production has been limited. C.J. Okoye from the Ravens, also known as Basil, offers a significant physical presence and versatility, especially as a nose tackle. Then there's Elijah Chapman from the Giants, a smaller but versatile player who flashed potential during the preseason. Taki Thyman from the Vikings and DeMarvin Leal, a former Texas A&M standout, provide additional options, each bringing different combinations of size, athleticism, and upside. Evaluating these players carefully will be key for Dallas to address immediate defensive line needs without overcommitting or sacrificing long-term flexibility. Running backs also present interesting possibilities. Audrey Estime from the Broncos stands out as a power runner who can help move the chains in short yardage situations. Damon Martinez, a draft prospect with high upside, struggled with consistency but could thrive under Dallas's coaching. Israel Abanikanda, a unique physical specimen, has bounced between teams but possesses undeniable athletic upside. With Sanders' injury status in play, acquiring one or more of these backs could ensure Dallas maintains depth while giving the offense versatile options throughout the season. Cornerbacks remain a critical focus, and the waiver wire provides opportunities to strengthen the unit. Beanie Bishop from West Virginia offers speed and nickel potential. Derry Matthews brings flexibility inside and outside, and Julius Branch, despite limited preseason experience, offers elite wingspan and athleticism that could redefine the Cowboys' defensive backfield if healthy. Other recently waived players could contribute situational depth or provide practice squad value, which is increasingly important in today's pass-heavy NFL. Versatile cornerbacks allow Dallas to adjust week to week to different offensive schemes, making them an invaluable part of the roster puzzle. Beyond these skill positions, there are offensive line and edge players to monitor. Depth on the offensive line ensures the Cowboys can weather injuries without a significant drop-off, while hybrid defensive ends and situational pass rushers provide flexibility in blitz packages and defensive schematics. Players like Isaiah Land and Julius Wood, who are familiar to Dallas scouts, could offer immediate contributions with minimal adjustment time, underscoring the value of prior knowledge and scheme familiarity. Linebackers and safeties, including names like Isaiah Simmons and Mike Hilton, also provide situational depth that can be tapped when needed, further emphasizing the strategic nature of the waiver wire. Special teams contributors shouldn't be overlooked either. Reliable players on kicking units, punt and kick coverage, and return specialists can make subtle but game-changing differences in field position and scoring opportunities. The first wave of waiver wire moves often sets the tone for the season, and for Dallas, balancing loyalty to current roster members with the need to address gaps is crucial. The goal is not just filling holes, but adding pieces that complement the roster while maintaining long-term flexibility. On top of all this, rumors have begun to swirl about a blockbuster trade that could shake the NFL landscape. Insiders suggest the Cleveland Browns and Dallas Cowboys may have finalized a deal sending superstar defensive end Myles Garrett to Dallas. While no official statement has been released, multiple sources close to the situation hint that this move could already be completed behind the scenes, pending league approval. If true, this would not only mark a seismic change for Cleveland, but also signal the Cowboys' intent to transform their defense into one of the most feared units in football. Garrett, a first overall pick in 2017, has consistently been regarded as a generational talent. The idea of pairing him with Micah Parsons on Dallas's defensive front is sending shockwaves through the league. Analysts are already theorizing how defensive coordinator Dan Quinn might deploy creative blitz packages and alignments to maximize pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Cowboys fans are buzzing on social media, imagining Garrett in the silver and blue, and mock-ups of his uniform are already trending. The addition of a player like Garrett could not only shift Dallas's defensive identity, but force rivals to recalibrate their offensive strategies across the NFC. Meanwhile, Cleveland's rumored return package, likely high draft capital and potentially established talent, is shrouded in secrecy. While this could initiate a long-term rebuilding effort for the Browns, it comes with immediate questions about short-term competitiveness. Rumors also suggest internal tension within the Browns organization and perhaps Garrett himself seeking a fresh start, which Dallas may have leveraged to secure a deal that redefines their defense. The potential impact on free agency, roster construction, and strategic planning across the league cannot be understated. If the trade materializes, it could create a ripple effect influencing player movement and tactical decisions far beyond the Cowboys' own roster. Ultimately, the combination of waiver wire strategy and blockbuster trade possibilities underscores the high-stakes chess game the Cowboys are playing. Defensive backs with elite length and speed, rotational defensive tackles, power backs, versatile offensive linemen, and elite pass rushers like Garrett all represent calculated risks that could pay immediate dividends. The balance between patience with current roster members and strategic acquisitions is what will define the early part of the season and set the tone for Dallas's championship aspirations. For Garrett, this represents a chance to redefine his legacy, not just as a dominant individual talent, but as the cornerstone of a potentially championship-caliber defense. For Dallas, it signals an organization unafraid to swing for the fences, hungry to reclaim the glory that has eluded them for nearly 3 decades. And for fans, the whispers, rumors, and strategic maneuvering are a reminder that the NFL offseason is every bit as thrilling and consequential as the games themselves. Every move matters, every claim is a calculated risk, and for Cowboys Nation, the next few weeks promise drama, excitement, and the tantalizing possibility of a team ready to strike fear into the hearts of its rivals. So stay tuned, keep your eyes on the waiver wire, and watch the unfolding story of Dallas Cowboys roster strategy as it plays out in real time. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Every rumor, every move, and every strategic decision is fodder for debate, and we want to hear what you think. Cowboys Nation, this is just the beginning of what could be one of the most pivotal and exciting NFL seasons in recent memory.